Welcome to the Real Film Nerds
Harvest Horror Fest.
Welcome, everybody, to the end. The end of Halloween. Well, the series, maybe. Because we all know they're going to keep making them again and again and again. Although, I don't know if Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be up for any more Halloween movies. But maybe they'll just, do some deep fakes of her or something for the next cast. I don't know. But anyway, welcome to the Harvest Horror Fest, episode number 294. I'm your host, Mike Talent. With me, as always, is Matt. Matt, how you doing?
Mike, you almost got it all out. I swear I can't tell you're nervous as shit at all. You almost called it Halloween Horror Fest again. And then you almost said episode 293, but it's 294. So I know, I caught those things. I can read your mind.
Well, I was just trying not to screw it up. But of course, as I'm trying not to screw it up, you can hear me thinking. You can hear it.
I can hear you thinking. Does that hurt?
It does. It does a lot lately.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. So, okay, Halloween ends. What are we doing here? Showrunner?
So we're going to review this latest movie in the Halloween series. I don't even know how many movies this is. I don't know. I feel like this is the 12th one. Although in the series creator, this is the 4th movie, because there's the first Halloween 1978 version, and then there's Halloween 2018, and then there's Halloween 2021, the Halloween Kills, and then there's Halloween Ends. So here we are. We're at the end, Matt. I'm just going to ask you right off the bat, did you like it or did you not?
Well, I don't want Halloween to end, Mike, because I like candy. And I don't want to go without candy and costumes. So Halloween can't end. It needs to keep going forever.
Okay, all right. I'm sure you enjoy buying all the candy for your trick-or-treaters that come by your house.
It's just an excuse to buy candy because no trick-or-treaters come to my house. They all go to downtown. They don't come over here. This is the ghetto. People don't come to the ghetto, Mike.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you don't have those full candy bars. They don't like your house.
No. I don't even have the fun size. I do the bite size.
Oh, man. Skimping.
Well, you know, I'm Poe. P-O-O. Poe. Or is it just P-O? No, P-O-O is poo. So, no, it's not poo. It's Poe. Damn it. All right, fine. I'll stop. Mike, Halloween ends. I was shocked. I did not expect the way they told the story in this movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I think it's probably the best of the modern trilogy, to be honest with you.
So, Matt, dang it, we're kind of in agreement again. I was really impressed. I liked the story, and I was like, what the heck happened to the middle one, man? Halloween Kills is weird.
Halloween Kills was bad. It was just weird. It was just not good. It was bad storytelling. It was very slapsticky. It was I don't know why they did what they did with it.
Yeah, so this one, I don't know. I felt like the story was a lot, it made sense. It was good. I don't know. It was like the Halloween of the modern trilogy was really good. Liked it. Thought the build up, everything was great. Then Halloween Kills, I was just terrible. I was like, what the heck did they do? And then this one's back to being good again, and I think it's all the same director. It's very odd.
I don't know if it is the same director or not. I know it's the same creative team and writing team. It's like Danny McBride and, all those guys. But Mike, before we get too far into this, do you want me to do the rundown for you?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. I just wanted to review it, man. Let's get the rundown.
Okay, Mike. So we're talking about the 2022 film Halloween Ends. It's directed by David Gordon Green. And let me click on this because I didn't click on it, so there's a lot of writers. But it is written by John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, Paul Brad Logan, Chris Bernier, Danny McBride, and David Gordon Green. It stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Andi Matichak, James Jude Courtney, Rohan Campbell, Will Patton, Jesse C. Boyd, Michael Barbieri, and Destiny Monet, and Joey Harris. I'll stop there. I can keep reading, but I'll stop there. So Halloween Kills is the saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode comes to a spine-chilling climax in this final installment of this trilogy. So one thing to take of note, Blumhouse is involved in these modern-day Halloween films, this past trilogy, and I believe his name is Jason Blum, right?
Yes.
Jason Blum said this probably is not the end of Halloween as a product, but it is the end of this trilogy, and it is the end of Blumhouse's involvement as of right now.
Okay. All right. I just know they're going to keep making them, man. They just can't not make them.
If it makes money, why wouldn't they keep making them? I mean, they'll probably pass it on to someone else. I mean, Universal owns it, so they'll probably just keep cranking stuff out. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Keep making money.
Oh, there's the better storyline down there.
What? Oh.
Damn it.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
I read the one at the top. Hold on. And now it has trivia. Oh, and now it's loading. God damn it, geez. IMDb. Okay, here we go. This is the long storyline. 4 years after the events of Halloween Kills, Laurie is living with her granddaughter Allison and is finishing writing her memoir. Michael Myers hasn't been seen since. Laurie, after allowing the specter of Michael to determine and drive her reality for decades, has decided to liberate herself from fear and rage and embrace life. But when a young man, Corey Cunningham, is accused of killing a boy he was babysitting, it ignites a cascade of violence and terror that will force Laurie to finally confront the evil she can't control once and for all. Jesus, that was a really long storyline.
That was a long storyline, Matt, but that really sets it up a little bit better.
Yeah, than the continuation of the recent Halloween trilogy. That's a pretty shitty storyline.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Matt. I was quite impressed with this one. I think it's getting slammed by the critics, but man, I loved it. Like, I thought it was way better. It just seemed... I don't know. I felt like Halloween Kills was too supernatural, super crazy boogeyman, and this was more back to some reality and dealing with trauma, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. I liked it. There's romance in it, Matt, and we usually don't like romance, but for this it did make sense. Like, I don't know.
Well, Mike, I think the reason why the critics and a lot of the audience is not too keen on Halloween Ends is because it is a break from form. We can't really talk about it yet because we are not in spoilers, because it is massive spoilers. But it's a good story. It's decent acting. It has twists and turns that you don't really see coming. At least I didn't. The story overall is just absolutely fantastic. It's a very good story, and that's what we always harp on being great. And it's nice having a horror film that has a pretty decent story for a Halloween film. I mean, other than the original, obviously, but it's just, it did not stick to form of being this hack and slash Michael Myers kind of thing. I'm just going to stop there. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just not true to form. And I think that's what people wanted. I think we got a much better movie than that. I think Halloween Kills and the original Halloween of this trilogy are more that hack and slash, just murder, blood, guts, gore kind of thing. I think this is the smarter of the three films. This is the more mind-bending, the more scary, I guess you would say, because it's more realistic.
Yeah, no, this was definitely real. Like I don't know. I feel like it was very well done. I liked that stuff, but I guess I don't want to get into any kind of spoilers right now. So Matt, I'm gonna ask you, what are you drinking?
Mike, I'm keeping it going. I still have several of them left. I'm partaking in one of my favorite beers of all time again, Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
All right, Matt. Well, I am drinking another pumpkin ale. This time it is the Pumpkinhead from Shipyard. It's always kind of a staple of the pumpkin season, and, having one of those.
Have you had the Sam Adams pumpkin beer?
Yes, Jacko. It's fantastic.
Oh, dude. I thought it was like drinking a freaking pumpkin pie. It was way too sweet for me. Way, way more powering pumpkin than I could ever want.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I want that. I want that full pumpkin, man. I want that pumpkin pie in my mouth right now.
I know you love having, things with cream on it in your mouth as fast as possible, Mike.
Oh, I feel like, Matt, that meant something else, but
No,
I'm just going to move on.
You like the whipped cream on your pumpkin pie, right?
I'm just going to
cool
move on from that. I'm just moving on from that. We were just going to the next thing.
Oh, Mike. Poor Mike. I think that should be your new middle name. It should be Mike PSL Talent.
Oh, I do like some PSL, man. I'm not going to lie. Some pumpkin spice latte.
Yep, Mike PSL Talent. That's it. That's what your new name is. I'm sorry. I'm changing it on the website right now as we speak.
Sometimes I'm real basic, Matt.
You're a basic dad?
Yeah, I'm a basic dad.
Speaking of that, Mike.
Oh, perfect lead-in, Matt. That's excellent.
What is our incredible dad joke for today?
I got dad jokes, I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny, other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
All right, Matt. This is pretty nerdy. I think you're gonna like it. Why don't computer keyboards ever sleep?
Oh, I've heard this one before. Is it because they can never close their eyes or something like that? Their eyes always on or something?
They have two shifts.
They have two shifts. Damn it. I was close, but they do have two shifts. All right. But technically it would be a third shift to make it 24 hours. But anyways.
Well, I guess it depends on how long the shifts are, right? I'm thinking 12 hours.
Okay. All right. Fine.
It's just like you work, Matt, right? Don't you work like 16, 17 hours at a time?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even go to the bathroom. It slows me down.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, well, I thought you were just adopting that Amazon warehouse thing. Like if you use the bathroom for more than 30 seconds, you're fired kind of thing.
Yeah, you just use a Gatorade bottle. Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't even do that. You have to have the, either some Depends on or like a little not a catheter, but like a reservoir.
Well, I just keep talking on the phone when I'm in the bathroom. People are wondering what's going on, and I'm like, well, noise canceling only does so much. I'm sorry it's echoey in here.
Yeah, so when you're dropping a big deuce and it just lands in the water and it's like an explosion, you're like, whatever.
No, it covers that. The noise canceling covers that, but it doesn't cover the echo. Yeah, the giant, explosion, the plop. Yeah, noise canceling takes care of that, but it does not get the echo. I don't get it. When you're peeing, it covers the pee. It's fine.
Okay, sure. If that's what that's what they say, man, you got it.
This is probably one of the worst off topics we've ever had, but it's fine.
I don't think this is the worst one, but all right.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know. We've had some pretty bad ones. So okay. So speaking of things going down the toilet.
Oh man,
That's good. Mike, how does Halloween Ends relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Dang, dude, you're just killing it today. Killing it, Matt.
I don't know, man. You should watch She-Hulk. Oh God, the season finale was absolutely ridiculous. It was kind of fun, but it was kind of ridiculous.
I have not had a chance to watch She-Hulk yet. It's on the list, but there's a lot of things on the list, so who knows when I'll be able to get to it. But as far as Marvel Cinematic Universe, this movie, I had to do a little digging. It was a little further than I thought. I had to get down to the makeup area, but Brian David Moss worked on Iron Man 3 as a hairstylist, and he also worked on this movie as a hairstylist.
Wow, dude, that's bad when you're getting into the hairstylist. Like, you're almost out of people when you're that far down.
Yeah, I was running low, man. I didn't see anybody. I mean, there's always a chance I missed somebody because it's hard to search through everybody and their entire history. But it was a little bit further down than I thought.
So, all right, Mike, that means we're in spoilers now, right? We can spoil the hell out of Halloween Ends, yeah?
I think we can spoil it, man. I really do encourage people to go watch this movie, and if you don't want to hear any spoilers, stop listening right now.
Okay, Mike, so I'll just kick it off right off the bat. It was very bold of them not to use Michael Myers as the main killer.
Dude, I thought it was awesome because it, like all the damage and stuff he took in Halloween Kills, I liked the continuity in this movie where he was still all really messed up. Like, he's still missing fingers, and he's an old man.
Oh, yeah, he is.
So, I was like, okay, he's an old man. I really liked it, dude. I thought the twist, I guess, I don't even know if it was a twist, but the new protagonist was... I thought it fit fine, man. I thought it was well done.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm not arguing against that fact at all. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why people are upset is because they wanted Michael Myers to do all this hack and slash. I think it made more sense to have this young guy that basically was bullied so bad by the town he's living in because there's no Michael Myers left anymore, that they put out their aggression on him, that he eventually gives in to everything everybody is shoving down his throat, even including his mom. And he just gives in to his instinct and learns a little bit from Michael Myers. And I honestly, just throwing this out there, honestly, I thought he was going to become the new Michael Myers, and we were going to see like a new trilogy like spin out of this one with him as the main killer. And we didn't get that. He... Again, massive spoilers, but he gets murdered. And that was one of the ones that threw me for a spin, is like, I thought he was going to get just wiped out and eliminated. I mean, not wiped out and eliminated. He was going to live on, and then he just dies. And I'm like, wow, interesting.
Yeah, I thought also, Matt, that they were grooming him to kind of be the successor to Michael Myers, the new Michael Myers. And no, the I guess that was a shock when he ends up getting offed. I don't know. I really like the way all this stuff was done in this movie. Like it's hard for me to believe that these three movies, it's like the middle one so doesn't really fit. Like, besides some references to some people that died in that one, I don't think you need that movie at all.
Well, and what's even crazier is there's a ton of characters that they introduce in the second one. Legacy characters from the original Halloween to the new sheriff to all these characters, right, that they introduced in Halloween Kills. You don't see a goddamn one of them in Halloween Ends at all.
You see the mayor once for like a half a second.
Okay. And you also see the the chief of police for like half a second too, and that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like, and that's just right at the end when they're doing the. I even liked how they disposed of Michael Myers' body. I thought that was awesome.
No, I thought it made a lot of sense because parading him through the town and letting everybody see that, hey, we literally got him. This is him. We are going to dispose of him, and he is not even going to get a tombstone, a gravesite, nothing, because that really just demolishes the ever thought of people thinking about him or remembering him or honoring him in any way, shape, or form. It's the best way to do it. They used to do it, all the time in different things. Like, I kind of think half-heartedly that's why not to get super off topic, but why the Navy disposed of Osama bin Laden in the ocean, because then there's nowhere for you to go and pay any level of respects whatsoever because the body's just gone.
Yeah, and that all made really good sense. So, like, I don't know. It seems like all the decisions in this movie, everything made sense, and it was really well done. And I don't know, man. Last year when I watched Halloween Kills, I was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, no, that was not a very good movie at all. And I don't know why people are giving this one lower ratings than Halloween Kills. People loved Halloween Kills, I guess, because of the kills. I don't know. I mean, this is a way better story. This is a way better film all around. Jamie Lee Curtis is more developed. She doesn't look like a nut job anymore. She's getting her life together. She's a person. She's not this crazy weirdo running around losing her shit. It was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked, Laurie Strode's arc in this, where she's recovering from, just massive amount of years of trauma, and like, just I liked how she was trying to change, and she did change, and I thought that was great. And then I also liked how it dealt with some, like, her granddaughter is dealing with all the trauma of having her family or her parents killed, and like all kinds of stuff. And it was interesting. It was a interesting study. And like, she's a nurse, and it's like, well, I wonder what led her to that, like that, part of her life and stuff. So it was interesting. It was, I don't know, everything made sense in this movie.
And I guess that's why people don't like it, because it's actually a decent film. I mean, I keep saying that over and over and over, but it is what it is, Now, my rating isn't going to reflect that it's like the greatest ever, because I'm still just not a super huge horror fan, but I don't watch many horror movies more than once. This one, I probably would. I don't think I would have a problem watching this one again.
Yeah, and then even our new protagonist character, I think his name is Corey. He was. I liked how they showed him as, like, some accident happened and it didn't define him, but the town kind of made it define him. And they just all looked at him terrible all the time. And then at home, he's just getting beat up as well from his mom, and it was interesting. It just showed kind of how people can, like, really, really go into a dark place when they're pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Yeah, I don't want to call it bullying, but it sure as hell is a great example of that, because as they allude to in the film, when he's babysitting and all that stuff, he's on the up and up. He's a smart kid. He's doing well. He's doing odd jobs to pay for college. He's getting ready to return to school. And this tragedy happens, and it derails his entire life, his entire future. And then on top of it, having the town basically tear him apart like he's a murdering maniac like Michael Myers is crazy. And it changes his psyche over those 4 years that it happened, or that from the time it happens to this film. I think it's 4 years.
I think that's 3 years because I think it was a year after.
It was a year after the first one? Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh, 3 years.
It matters, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. I just when I watched it, I was like, well, who made this movie? Because this movie was way different than the last movie.
It's from what I can tell, looking it up on the IMDb's, it was directed by David Gordon Green and written by, I think, the same people. So maybe they were on acid when they wrote the second one?
I don't know, man. It's like, of this new trilogy, the modern trilogy, it's like the first one was good, and it's the second one was like just batshit crazy, and then the third one's good. So
yeah, I mean, I think the first one was okay. I don't know if I would classify it as good. I don't think I hated it though, and I can say without a doubt, like Halloween Kills was awful. That was a really bad movie. Hold on, I'm looking up the writers. I think there's one or two different writers, but Danny McBride and David Gordon Green wrote Halloween Kills as well. Scott Teems wrote it, and then John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, because they are the people that created the characters. But maybe Scott Teems is the X factor between the Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but it was just so drastically different. Like this story was so much better. And, I don't know, more realistic. Like I get it. He's a slasher and he's like a superhuman kind of, and that's fine. Most of the time, but like when he just keeps surviving things that are like unsurvivable, it's like, man, I don't know. I feel like they pushed it too hard in Halloween Kills. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, so they replaced Scott Teems with Paul. I need to edit that out. Hold on. I don't know why I'm losing my voice. So they replaced Scott Teems with Paul Brad Logan and Chris Bernier. But Danny McBride and David Gordon Green also wrote on it. So they had 4 writers on this one. Halloween Kills had 3. I don't know. Maybe that's the difference. You know, I mean, Danny McBride is kind of a goofy dude. You know, he's a really well-known actor, comedic actor, but he's very passionate about horror movies. Like a lot of people. It was weird. I was reading an article earlier about Slipknot, lead singer Corey Taylor. I didn't know this either. He's an action figure collector. Makes me feel better about myself. But
oh, that's cool. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, he collects action figures. He's a big nerd. He's a big nerd. He bought this brand called Famous Monsters, and they used to have a big time magazine going for a long time, and he's going to resurrect it and start making action figures from the magazine.
Oh, that's cool, dude. No, I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, so he's a big dork like I am. Maybe not you. I mean, you're, a family man now, and you're like adulting and shit.
Yeah, well, it had to happen every once in a while.
It's not true. I'm sitting here getting ready to turn 41, and I am not adulting a bit.
Yeah. You don't pay that mortgage. You don't pay your rent.
Fine, you win. I do it.
Pay for your cars and insurance and all the things.
I do it, but I piss and moan about it. How's that? So I guess that's really adulting.
I think that is the definition of adulting.
Ah, son of a bitch. Next, I'm going to start talking about my taxes. That hurt. That fucking really hurt. That was a colonoscopy for sure. I finally got him done, though, Mike. I got him done. Only to turn around and have to do him again.
Yes. That's great.
No, this first year, though, I was prepared for it to be very expensive and painful and difficult, and it was. And that's why my tax guy charged me a lot of money. But hopefully I did everything right. So, okay, enough about taxes. It's not the tax podcast. It's the Real Film Nerds podcast.
It's the Film Nerds podcast. And anyway, Matt, I guess I guess we're at the point. Oh, let me talk about the 3Bs.
Oh, yes. We're
Yes.
missing one, and that was very upsetting to me, Mike. Very upsetting.
Blood, beast, and boobs. And we got blood, and we have our beast. Kind of had 2 beasts, and no boobs.
Mike, you are terrible at picking films this year. No boobs. We have not gotten any boobs. This is the 3rd Harvest Horror Fest film of the season, and still no boobies. That's the whole reason why I allow you to do this, is that I get to see boobies.
I think, man, I think they're just not doing it anymore, man. I think it's just more about like blood and guts than boobies anymore. Like the moral crisis that we had in the 80s or whatever, where we were trying to get our teens to associate being slaughtered with sex is over.
But Mike, the Europeans are all about having sex in their films and nudity and all that stuff. Why can't we get that? Why can't we be more European, Mike?
I don't know. Sometimes I think that would be good, and other times I don't, man. Imagine if we all had mandatory retirements and we all got paid lots of money and had all these holidays. It'd be terrible.
And you got mandatory, what do they do? Some countries do a full month off. They require your work to give you a full month off.
Yeah, how would we get anything done in America, man? Come on.
We wouldn't. I might know what it's like to go on vacation then, instead of going every 5 or 6 years when someone gets married.
It's true, Matt. It's true. I think of all of your vacations. I feel all of them are someone else's wedding. I'm starting to notice a terrible pattern.
Yep. I just keep going to everyone else's. I'm not going to my own. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You know what? I'm just going to go and take myself on my own honeymoon. I'm just going to go to Hawaii by myself. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm here on my honeymoon. They're like, oh yeah, with who? And I'll just hold up my hand. Susan.
Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky. Yeah. No, that's what we throw away when we're done with Susan.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Matt, on all that, I guess, what is your...
Wow, that really threw you for a loop. You're not sure where to go there. We still have our reels to go, or you were talking about 80s movies, Mike. You could do a little tease about your 4th and final Harvest Horror Fest film.
Oh, that's true, Matt. Yeah, so the next movie in our 4th and final Harvest Horror Fest movie is Friday the 13th Part 3. And this movie is the one that actually introduces Jason Voorhees with the hockey mask and the iconic hockey mask that is seen in all the rest of the series, all the rest of the movies that have been made thus far. So this one was a big one for that, and then also it was made for 3D, which was a big deal. And ended up costing Paramount a bunch of money at the time, Matt, because they had to set up the theaters with the equipment for that, and that cost them a bunch of money. So at that time, I think they hadn't released a 3D movie in 20-something years when they did it for that movie, Friday the 13th, Part 3.
Interesting. Well, I'm just glad that you're keeping to the promise I made, even though it was my promise, not yours, because you're the Harvest Horror Fest master, of doing every single Friday the 13th movie until we're done with all of them. So we're on 3. How many more years of Friday the 13th films do we have, Mike? 5? 6?
Well, I think it goes to 8, and then I think it jumps to 10, and then I don't know. And then there's a question of whether we should do Freddy versus Jason.
That's what I was going to ask, because I thought Jason X was the Freddy versus Jason.
No, I think Jason X is the one where he's in space.
Okay. All right. Well, and then are we going to do the new Friday the 13th? The newer, the reboot, the remaster, the whatever?
Well, we could maybe the new Friday 13th that I watched, which I didn't really care for that much, but it's kind of like a mashup of 1 through 3. So I don't know if we should try and do that one soon because it makes sense with the 1 through 3 of the original series, or I don't know. We'll have to think about it, Matt. We'll have to get our heads together and see what we want to do.
Well, Mike, I am at your horror mercy because I don't know, whatever you want to do, it's fine. Friday the 13th, man, good times. I like the original, and that's about it. But you're right, Friday the 13th Part 3 is probably the start of the Friday the 13th that most people would relate it to Friday the 13th, because the original and the second one are kind of very different than 3 on. It's now not really much of a story, not really much of anything other than murdering. Lots of murdering.
Yeah, murdering and then the hockey mask. So most people associate Friday the 13th with Jason, and technically he didn't really show up until the third one. So anyway,
well, no, he's in the second one.
Well, he
just doesn't have his hockey mask yet.
Yes, so yes, he's in the second one. But they don't. Yeah, the hockey mask, for whatever reason, man, that was like a brilliant decision, I guess, because that made him just so much more recognizable. As I don't know, I guess a brown sack just doesn't do it with one eye hole, only one.
Well, I mean, of course, it's one-eyed monster,
I guess, but.
Well, the hockey mask is branding, man, and it's just iconic.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I guess with Michael Myers, what would it be like if he didn't have, Captain Kirk's head?
Yeah, the William Shakespeare mask. Well, not William Shakespeare.
William Shatner.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Maybe your tiredness is rubbing off on me. Okay, Mike, go ahead. I want you to go first. How many reels do you give Halloween Ends?
So I'm gonna give it 3.5 reels, man. I really like the story. It was pretty good.
You son of a bitch.
No way.
Oh yeah, I'm giving it 3.5 reels. I kind of was teetering on 4, but it's still a horror movie, and I'm just not super keen on horror movies. But out of the modern trilogy, this is my favorite. I really liked it. Nothing comes close to the original, though. The original, that right there is horror. I mean, it kicked off a whole genre of horror films,
It did. It pretty much created what we would now just call a slasher movie. And it was so well done and amazing that everyone wanted to copy it, which is even Friday the 13th was essentially a copy of Halloween, just trying to do it a little bit different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's just that original. You just, I'm sorry, you just can't touch it. You just can't. It was scary as shit. It's still scary to this day. So anyways, all right, Mike. Well, I don't think I have anything else, Mr. Falling Asleep.
I'm trying not to fall asleep right now, but okay, Matt. Well, I guess I'll kick it to you to wrap it up, Matt. We don't have any giveaways or anything this week.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm the one that's supposed to end it. I forgot. No, we were supposed to have a couple giveaways, but I didn't get the stuff for it. We're recording a little early, so maybe we'll have one next week. I don't know. We'll find out. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in again for our third installment of the 5th annual Harvest Horror Fest. And don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on the Instas, the Snapdicks. No, we don't do Snapdicks. Facebooks, the Twitters.
Meta.
What's up?
It's Meta.
The Meta. But do yourself a favor. Go watch this one in the theaters. You'll enjoy it. It's a good film. Support our theaters. They're not doing so well again just because nobody's going to the theaters. And there's not a whole lot of movies coming out. We got a few coming out here. Actually, this week, there's one coming out that I would like to see. And since I get to pick our first film after Harvest Horror Fest, it's the movie I'm going to pick. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. It'll be 2 or 3 weeks out by the time we review it. But we'll get to it. Harvest Horror Fest is important to us. So again, thank you everybody for listening. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. We need to grow our subscriber base. Yeah. All right. Chat with you next week.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.
He's here, birthday boy, Matt Santos. Henshaw.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm going to make it to my 41st birthday. I think I just had a heart attack.
Oh, it's your 41st birthday. I thought it was your 40th.
No, my 40th was last year.
Oh, well, happy birthday coming up a week from today, which, by the way, is a very special day because it's my grandpuppy's first birthday.
I don't know. I think it's more special for being my 41st birthday. I didn't think I was ever going to make it this far.
Oh, come on. Give me a break. Well, okay, so happy birthday in a week, but you won't be here in a week, and neither will I, because we're both going on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, so before that, though, we've got some work to do. I know
Yes,
you
ma'am.
look like you were already on vacation, just saying.
I'm wearing a t-shirt and a hat.
Yeah.
And I
you
just hit my microphone with my hat.
That's
so.
okay. You look cozy. Okay, so we're going to talk about Halloween Ends that was on streaming and in theaters starting on Friday or Thursday. What did you think about the movie?
So I feel terrible because I didn't know it was on streaming, but I only went and saw it in the theaters.
You did?
My co-host didn't know it was on Peacock either, and he
No?
went and saw it in the theaters too.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of wish I would have known that, but it was nice to see it in the theaters because it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
The critics are slamming it. The audience is slamming it.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
Because it's not like other Halloween movies.
Oh, it's
it has a
different.
very good story.
Okay.
It's creative. It has good acting. It's not. It's a slasher. It's a hack and slash.
Yeah.
But there's lots of twists and turns and things you don't see coming, and it has a very satisfying ending involving Michael Myers.
Okay.
So I'm not a huge horror movie fan.
No.
But honestly, of the trilogy, this is my favorite out of the 3 new Halloween films.
It is your
was very
favorite.
good. Yeah.
That I'm so happy to hear that because that would intrigue me to watch it more. That there's actually a story behind it and you leave satisfied rather than just slashed and left to bleed out.
Right. And I think that's why people don't like it. Is because
they
it
want to be
has
slashed and left to bleed out. Yeah.
Right. It has thought-provoking behind it. It has substance. It has romance.
Okay.
It's not like the last
Nudity?
one.
Is there nudity or should we wait and ask your mom?
That's one thing that's just depressing. I was throwing my co-host under the bus, you know? For those of you who don't listen to my podcast.
Right, which is...
We have the 3 Bs, which are very important of horror movies.
Okay.
You have beasts.
Blood.
You have blood. And
boobs.
Boobies. Yep. And all the horror movies we've done, including the one for next week, have no boobies.
Okay.
And I'm like,
well,
that's
it's about time.
We're not doing Harvest Horror Fest
It's
anymore
about-
because
you're
that's
not?
what I'm here for.
I know where you can find those. I'll tell you all about that later.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. All right. So how many reels you going to give it?
3.5. I
3.5
enjoyed
reels.
it. I thought it was good.
Okay, very nice. Let's give your mother, Ma Henshaw, a call and see what she thinks.
Right away.
Okay, coming up on Magic.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ma Henshaw on Magic 99.1. Lisa and Matt calling.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. We're excited to see and hear your thoughts on Halloween Ends. What'd you think?
Bravo. I'm proud of them. It was a good one.
That's what Matt said. So you liked it, huh?
Oh, yes. Never going to beat the first one, but it was really good. It had plot to it. There was suspense. I thought it was very, very good. And yeah, there was a lot of blood and, stabbings and stuff.
Right.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, when you're watching a show that's called Halloween, for sure.
Especially my
For
mom. She loves
sure.
them murdering.
She loves the murderings. Yes,
Yeah,
she does.
yeah.
Tell me, Matt said there was no nudity. Was that a disappointment?
No, because it was interesting enough. We didn't need that.
Okay, well, Matt was
I'm
disappointed.
very disappointed, Ma. How dare you?
So how many cookies you going to give it?
I'd give it 4.
4 cookies.
Wow.
Matt gave it 3.5 reels. Very good. You guys are on the same page.
And she doesn't like horror movies at all. Wow.
Right, but she said that she liked this one. Well, very good, Ma Henshaw. Happy early birthing day. We know that Matt was born next Monday, but he's not going to be here. And neither am I. We're both going on vacation. Are you going on vacation, Ma Henshaw?
No, I'll probably be babysitting again. Oh, dear.
God bless your heart. Well, thank you for reporting for us this morning on what station?
Magic 99.1.
Thank you, dear. Bye.
Bye.
So what are you going to review? Not next week, but the following week.
Okay, so I got to tell them we're still doing a podcast next week.
Okay.
It'll be out. It's we continue it every year, the Harvest Horror Fest,
Right.
the Friday the 13th.
Oh.
So this year it's part 3.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure out if we're going to do part 4 next year, if we're going to do the new one.
Oh,
But
you
anyways,
have to do part 4 and just do the new one too.
Oh, we're going to do all of them.
Yeah,
It's just
that would
what
be
order
funny.
are we going to do? Yeah, it's going to take years, but
Okay.
we're doing it.
Okay.
And then when we come back, the movie comes out this week. I'm excited to see it. But we're going to go check out the new DC film starring The Rock, Black Adam.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
I hope so.
Well,
I have
it's
high
got
hopes.
The Rock in it. So how bad could it be?
He threw a lot of his own money at it to
Okay.
get it done because he's very passionate about the character of Black Adam.
I love it very much. Well, have a happy, 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 happy birthday. You guys, the best present you could give Matt is to listen to his podcast. All right? It's called The Real Film Nerds. You can get it anywhere, and you can catch him here just about every Monday on what station, Maddie?
The magnificent Magic 99.1.
Thank you, Matt.